And then my internet, all right, freeze, I guess.
Hey there, welcome back to the channel. In today's video slash podcast, this is available on YouTube and my podcast. I am coming to you from Koh Samui and I'm interviewing Orly. He's the founder of Baybayin Hub. And he's doing a nomad workation retreat in Siargao Island in the Philippines. So let's welcome Orly to the channel. Welcome, Orly.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, thank you, Mike, for inviting me in your podcast. And yeah, well, we're excited to have this conversation discussion. Thanks so much.
Sure thing. Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks for being on the podcast. So I think you might be muted right now.
All right, there you go.
There we go. Okay, so we're back. So Orly, we spoke probably, I think it was almost a year ago now about
Yeah,
the Nomad Workation Retreat,
yeah,
and I was considering going back then, but I'm thinking about finally coming this year in September. So tell us a little bit more about what inspired you to start this and
yeah,
those sorts of things. Well, what's your
yeah.
direction moving forward?
So it's a very good question. Why we're doing this? Just to give you a background about me and about the
Yeah,
company, Mike is
yeah,
I've been working remotely since 2005, and I own a hostel and I work in the hospitality industry and a creative agency. And then the
uh-huh,
pandemic happens, right? So basically, our journey, in Baybayin Hub or with our community, um, it's a long journey for us. So to make it short, fast forward, pandemic happens, right? So everyone, especially in tourism industry, we were hit.
mm-hmm.
We're the
Oof.
first one to hit, and some of my friends and our community in the industry, in the tourism industry, they closed their business. But in my case, I refused to close because first, we had a significant investments and we don't want our employees to lose their job.
Good
So
for
what
you.
happened was, yeah, what
You
happened was,
took the high road.
yeah. So basically, by buying Hub as a startup company, it's not in my plan. I just wanted to survive during pandemic,
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
this is what happened because I
Times were tough.
believe, yeah,
Yeah.
because I believe it came naturally to me to design or to pivot the hostel into co-working, co-living, and with a handful of our community, for the
Mm-hmm.
past 15 years, knowing each other, traveling and working, I offered the hostel. And then I was surprised from
Uh-huh.
surviving. We were able to thrive. And then some of our friends approached me and asked me like, "Hey, Orly, how can you help? Can you help us? Because
Yeah.
we don't have tourists and there's so many lockdowns." So this is the time I approach the community that I work with as a remote worker and digital nomad, local international, because
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of international nomads stuck in the Philippines. So I told them, hey, stay with us 3 6 months. Everything you need is here. You
Uh-huh.
know, all the basic, and we organize in our property and grocery in always as a group because there's a high of fear in COVID or pandemic. And again, when we're given an opportunity to focus with our close group community, it became the word of mouth. People talk about us. And fast
Ah.
forward, I was surprised because there's a lot of hotels, resort, hostels called us and hey, can you help us? And I was like, man, I
Wow.
can't travel because there's still a pandemic.
Yeah,
So
you're
so
still under lockdown
yeah,
at
because we're
this
still in
point.
a lockdown. I told them it's
Oh
not that
no.
easy. It's not just we wanted to help them. So
Uh-huh.
me, my instinct, basically, I don't want to get COVID or get sick also. And but
Or get arrested, right? You could get
yeah, got
arrested by the
arrested because
police
it's
or if you're
prohibited. Yeah, true.
breaking the lockdown
So okay, then we
curfew.
find the we
Oh, did we lose him? Okay, wait. I think you're muted again. Ah,
yes, true.
we're good.
Yeah, it's true, true. That's my fear and my team, because during the time we're just like me, it's two of us, me and my co-founder. So
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
okay, let's make a solution. So I decided, okay, we have the blueprint. It's a repeatable process. We design it. Let's just share the blueprint to them. I'll email to them. Then we use Zoom. We use the
Mm.
Google Meet, and we realize, hey man, we can do it like on a national scale. So that's the idea. Like, okay, let's make it a marketplace. So we decided we introduce ourselves to them to, of course, to be the we want to help them to convert their properties, hotels, into a co-working, co-living hub. And
I
at the
think
same
that's
time,
brilliant. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's our
brilliant.
journey. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
That's something we
true.
should be doing over here in Samui as well. But truth be told, on the island, a lot of the businesses that went bust during the pandemic are now becoming marijuana shops.
Yes, I heard.
So,
I heard.
because
I have a
it's
Filipino friend.
yeah,
He set up a co-working space with marijuana shop. I was like, okay,
oh
let's go
wow,
there.
it's
That's that's
everywhere.
it's Thailand.
There's more weed shops than 7-Elevens now. They're
Oh,
everywhere, right?
really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's and a lot of times I drive by and there's like maybe one or two customers in there, maybe zero, right? It's not there's just too many, right?
Yeah,
Um, so
interesting.
that would have been something to do, would actually be start converting these into the co-working spaces, because it's
Yes.
something that we don't really have in Samui, something I've been pushing for a long time now. We have a few good options, but they could be better, right?
All
So
right, man.
I like where you're thinking. I like what you're
Yeah,
thinking here.
that's why we're gonna visit Thailand. That's now
Yeah.
Southeast Asia. Again, moving back to the story was what happened.
Mhm.
Yeah, there, even the five-star resorts approach us. They don't know what to do, man, during that time. So we were surprised. Like
Wow.
we were
Really? The
surprised.
five-star
Actually,
hotels were coming to you as well.
yes, because
Oh.
at first, the first lockdown, they rejected us. The usual Starbucks
Uh-huh.
story, we don't, you cannot pick it and everything. I was like, okay, it's no problem. We understand. But the multiple lockdown hurt them,
Oh.
and that's they realize.
Uh-huh.
Now they call us. So now that's our okay. We can help you. So to make it short, yeah, we were, we were able to scale. We were able to grow the startup in
Mhm.
1 year in a national scale from Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. We have 7,300 islands, man, and
Wow. Yeah,
we
Philippines.
pivoted. Yeah, we
Mm.
helped them. We come up with the training and education about remote working, about the digital nomad, and
Yeah.
that's our journey. And again, we in
Fantastic.
the Philippines, the remote working and the digital nomad still relatively new, meaning to say it's still in the infancy stage compared to Thailand, where you live now.
Really? That's
Yeah,
kind of surprising. That's a little
yes, it
surprising to me.
is. But again, I
Uh,
can't blame the. I've been to Thailand twice, and I
uh-huh.
attended one of the big.
Wi-Fi is cutting out
The
a little bit.
Yeah, but because because there's a strong wind. So I mean, I've been to Thailand, and not for anything, Thailand has a very good the internet compared to us before.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
but
Good
now,
infrastructure.
yeah, good
Mhm.
infrastructure. But now because of pandemic, our government during lockdown push these private
Good.
big companies to improve. And a very good example. I'm in the remote island right now, Bantaya, which is really remote. Now I can do this, but 5 years ago, 3 years ago, we cannot do this. So it's a good
No,
start. Yeah.
no,
So
there's no internet on that because it's a very
yes,
remote
yes, it's
island.
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, I would think
So
so.
yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so yeah, so that's the community. As I've said, it's a infancy stage. So and because of that, we focus with the remote workers, digital nomads, and this is the request of our community to organize a small meetups during that time. So that's why now
Awesome.
we have the Nomad Workation Retreat in Siargao.
Yeah.
There you
So
go. And yeah, the
when
design
when
for
is
yeah.
when is the next workation retreat? It's September, right?
So
September
yeah, so
what?
it's gonna be on September 18 to 22, Mike. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
in Siargao Island, one of the famous island in the Philippines.
I've
And
seen pictures.
yes,
Have not
it's
been there
amazing.
yet.
Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
amazing, man. I'm a frequent traveler and visitor of that island. Oh, I
Uh-huh.
love it, and I'm excited to, of course, uh,
Okay.
the internet
Why?
sometimes here, in remote islands, if strong wind, that will happen.
Yeah.
So,
Well, what are you gonna do? We just got to go with
yeah,
it. There's
yeah.
nothing
So
can be done.
anyway, that's our journey, the Baybayin Hub story, and again, we thank our followers community who
Uh-huh.
are consistently uh, staying with us and co-working with us because they also jump from one island to another island. So it became
Mm,
really a community-centered remote work and digital nomad because a lot of them they're looking for their community or tribe, we called it, no? And so we
sure.
understand each other. Yeah.
And I'm
So
sure you'll have networking events there, maybe some yoga classes. You got
yes,
co-working
yes,
space with decent Wi-Fi speeds, these sorts
yes,
of things.
yes, yeah,
All good.
yeah, yes. It's a week off, of course.
Beautiful
It's a week.
nature.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
This is like an informal setting conferences. We call it unconference. So the difference is we went to the island with our flip tops, sometimes shirtless. We our laptop. We're listening to the speakers, and
Perfect.
yeah, we have yoga, and then after the conference or unconference, we have island hopping, and um,
Oh, that
and
would
the,
be
the
fun.
networking is not forced because it will
Uh-huh.
come naturally because
Yeah.
everyone imagine flying or going to the island, and the expectations is we are telling them let's have a week of learning and empowerment, with
Uh-huh.
our invited keynote speakers who also came from other countries. And yeah, this is a
May-
this is
may-
a very
Maybe I could
yeah,
be one of those speakers. I think I already
yes,
applied.
yes. in,
That
in
that
fact
would be very interesting.
yes, yes, and please, Mike. I hope your schedule permits, and we match our schedule. Definitely,
I think
we
so.
we would
Could
love you to
work
be
out this
one of
year.
your speaker, and of course, we will learn a lot from you as well because you've been to Thailand for
Three
2 years.
over three. I 3 years. I have not. I went down to Penang in Malaysia for a visa run, and that's
Nice,
about it. I mostly stay here in Thailand, specifically Koh
perfect.
Samui.
Yeah,
So
well,
yeah, I've been living on the island quite a long time, and I
yeah,
love islands. I don't really have any plan on moving back to the city anytime soon. Fun to visit, but I don't really want to live in the city. You know,
same,
pollution,
same.
traffic,
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Kind of
Sure,
over it.
sure. That's why we have this. That's why
Yeah,
we call,
yeah, yeah.
like-minded people who have the same. We want to hustle, we want to work hard, but
Hmm.
we value the life. I would say, I think
Yeah.
that's
Work
our
hard,
common
play hard.
denominator. Yeah, we
Yeah, yeah.
value our life and time to be in our as much as possible in our sanity, being close to nature.
Sure. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Like right now, I'm looking out my window. I see palm trees. Every day I wake up, I got palm trees outside
Oh my God.
and fresh air. Like if I was living in Bangkok or Chiang Mai somewhere, the pollution up there can be very bad.
Oh yeah.
And here on the island, we got fresh air. It's pretty easy to get to Samui. It's only about an hour and a half by boat, or you can fly straight in.
Nice.
So, and then we've got Kopangan, which I'm actually going over to tomorrow for the full moon party, which I have not
Wow.
been to yet. It's going to be pretty epic. I'll make a YouTube video about it, of course.
Yeah, please share to
Uh,
us. I heard a lot of
yeah,
great story about the Moon party.
yeah, I'll just go. Yeah, it's supposed to be incredible. Like 10,000, 15,000 people packed on the beach. Maybe this time it's going to be a little bit less because it's low season now on the
Yeah,
island,
yeah,
getting into low season, but should be a lot of fun. And
yeah.
that reminds me, I was also going to ask how do you get to Siargao Island? Do you have to fly into Manila and then can you
Yeah.
fly
So
straight over? Can you take a
there's a
boat?
two routes. Yeah,
Hmm.
you can go to from Manila. There's an airport going straight to the Siargao Island, and there's
Uh-huh.
also airport in north part of the Philippines, which is we call it Clark Angeles, Pampanga. And also there's a Cebu, no? So now
Cebu,
if
yeah.
yeah, Cebu. So I suggest, of course, if you're coming from Thailand, I believe there's there's a flight from Thailand direct to Cebu or Manila. So it's up to you. If you want to,
Yeah, there
you
must
can
be.
stay for a few days in Cebu. It's perfect
Mhm.
also. But again, yeah, there's a direct flight, and the flight will take you, I believe, 1 hour.
Oh,
From
that's not
Manila or
bad.
Cebu. Yeah, not
That's no
bad.
big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah. I have a friend, her name's Mason. She's Filipino. She's been living in Samui for about 3 years now.
yeah,
And she's from Cebu. But
nice.
she has not been back for quite some time. But her family's there. Maybe she'll, I don't know. But yeah, it's very, very
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
Cebu also. It's one of my favorite island. Cebu is amazing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah,
Looks
I live
amazing.
in Cebu for 10 years.
What? Wow, that's a long time.
Yep, it's
Is
because
it
it's
close to
beautiful.
Manila? Is it near? It's near Manila, sort of.
No, no, it's far. If you're gonna
Okay.
take a boat, it's 24 hours,
Oh,
so it's far.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's too far.
that's far. So if you're gonna take a
Mhm.
plane, it's like less than an hour. But again, Cebu is much cheaper in Manila,
Yeah.
and again, it's still an island vibe. The
Hmm.
Cebu can compete in Manila in terms of I would say business infrastructure, but
Yeah.
the vibe of having an island vibe and laid back, they still have that. That's why I love Cebu. And everything that I need from
Yeah.
Manila, I could get it in Cebu as well.
Population. Oh, it's got
The
about a million
Philippines is
people.
suspend.
Cebu
Yes,
is about a million people, and then Manila has got to be huge, right? It's at
yes,
least
it's huge.
14 million. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
it's a
heard
lot.
some stories about Manila that people say it's too dangerous. It's dirty, these sorts of things. But I think you really just have to know where to go in the city. So if you have a tour guide, someone to show you around, that would be helpful. So you know
Yeah.
exactly where to go.
Manila, I have a love and hate in Manila.
Hmm.
But again, to be truthful, of course, Manila is a very dense city, big city. On a dangerous thing, I would say, I mean, lucky for me, I live born and raised in Manila. I
Uh-huh.
haven't, yeah, I haven't any encounter, and maybe because I'm Filipino, I'm a traveler, I know my side. But I would
Yeah.
say not that dangerous because every part of the
Yeah.
world, when you visit, there's always a danger. All
Sure.
right.
You just have to be
So
careful, know
yeah,
where to go. If you're going to the wrong areas,
yeah,
let's say you're in Los Angeles or New York or
yeah.
uh, any big city, Houston, there's going to be crime and drug abuse and all these things,
Yep. Yeah. Same. Yeah.
homelessness.
It's true. It's true.
But yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Because when
Mhm.
I went to US, I got scared, man.
Oh
When
gosh,
I went to LA, and I was like,
it's scary. I
I was
mean,
walking alone late at night because I was saving for my
uh-huh.
Uber. And first time in my life, I got like, man, I was alone here, and there's a lot of,
It's not safe.
I saw, yeah, I
Uh-huh.
saw nasty, and it's so for me. But I'm good in LA because it's my first time
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
visit your country.
There's some. Oops, I think we lost Wi-Fi for a second.
So fortunate because I have American friends who are very nice to me, hosted me. But again, it's
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
on a context, in every part of the world, it's you need to know your place and to know.
I'm sure Manila is still way safer than certain parts of the US. And now in the US there's all these shootings at schools. Almost every day, like a couple times a week, there's a new school shooting.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I had to ask myself after a while, like, is this where I want to live in this country that is basically falling apart by the seams? There's a lot of gun violence.
yeah.
So this is
In
something that
Manila,
I
talking
don't
about
want to
Manila,
support. Yeah.
I always share. I in my personal belief, I told them it's
Hmm.
chaos, but there's a beauty. You know what I mean?
Sure. Sure.
That's what I
Or
would like to describe. It's
organized
chaos,
chaos.
yes, but because I was trying to compare the traffic in New York and in Manila. When I was in New York, I was like, here in the Philippines, I joke this. We're crazy drivers, but we're like dolphins, man. The way we honk, we respect each other. but I think it's a cultural thing. I don't know. But I saw in New York, oh man, they bump
People
each
can be
other.
very rude. Yeah, very
Yes,
rude in New York.
and they bump each other. I was like, the road is wide, and in Manila, similar in Thailand, we have alleys, narrow alleys. But the
Yeah.
accident is, so me also as a Filipino, I'm like, how we do this? How do we do this? So, and I hosted an American from New York, and she was like, uh, Orly, I could hear the honk. You honk different. Yes, because here when we honk, we're like afraid. We do like, But again,
Uh-huh.
here when you're friendly, you're honking. If I'm gonna let you pass, it's like, poop, poop,
Yeah,
poop,
yeah,
poop,
yeah.
poop. So we have
It's
like,
a
yeah, I mean,
friendly. It's like a friendly
yeah.
honk.
So it's chaos, yes, for sure. But
Here
that's why I
in
have this thing
Samui,
where like
like
dolphins.
people almost never honk over here. They don't honk their horn. They're like, okay, somebody cuts me off, I just don't do anything. I just let it be, keep going, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think
But
that's the beautiful about traveling. We're learning and
mhm.
embracing or adapting to the change. And obviously, you
Sure.
stayed in Thailand for 3 years, man.
It's a long time.
Your friends are drooling, man, in
Yeah, of
United
course. I'm
States.
making a lot of people jealous. Just on Facebook alone, I'm reaching like 4 or 5 million people a month. It's crazy. Just showing photos and
Yeah,
videos around Samui. So I could do the exact same thing in Philippines, Vietnam, wherever I go.
yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah. And then YouTube, like where we're doing this live stream now. It's actually not live. I'm going to upload this later to my
yeah,
channel.
yeah. So yeah,
But
man, we're excited to host you here. Me and the family
yeah,
and friends
I'm
should come here, man.
excited to finally come over to Philippines because before the pandemic, that was my plan. I was going to come to Thailand maybe 1 or 2 months. Now I've been here 3 years, just
Wow.
because of all the lockdowns. I was actually under lockdown in a hostel in Bangkok for about 2 months, and they would cater food, so they'd bring in 3 meals a day. But I felt like a prisoner in there. I couldn't leave. If I went outside, there'd be no people in the big city. Crazy times. But I think the most important thing is you make it through that. We all made it through,
Yeah,
and now we have to keep progressing.
yeah.
And I like what you're doing
It's
at the
we
Baybayin Hub.
yeah, in times of crisis, I love this saying. I love this proverbs. And sometimes in times of crisis, we the opportunity presented to you, and as an
Mhm,
entrepreneur,
mhm. Yeah,
we
yeah.
are we gonna be silly if we don't grab it. So that's kind of journey for us. We
Sure, sure.
never thought about having a startup, right? I never thought
Uh-huh.
about this. It just happened naturally as we listen to our community and to our fellow like-minded people who are until now motivated us to uh,
Bear with us.
same
Wi-Fi.
thing with you. Like I think you decided 3 years, so it's a journey. Yeah,
Yeah, and I had to overcome a lot of challenges throughout that period of time as well,
for
like
sure.
dealing with visa related issues and then
Yeah,
getting my work permit. So now I work for a company over here in Thailand. That's going to be another 18 months, and I hope to be doing some more traveling for work as well, because
perfect.
the company makes virtual tours for luxury hotels and resorts. And I've
Nice,
reached out to a lot of right now I'm reaching out to people all over the world,
nice,
Philippines included, about the virtual tours. So it's just a
nice.
matter of time before I start getting clients and traveling all over the place.
For sure. I think after this we need to talk because so we are planning to expand in Southeast Asia. That's our
Uh-huh.
plan. Yeah. So and
Excellent.
we're eyeing Bali, we're eyeing
Mhm.
Thailand, Japan, Sri Lanka, and Vietnam. And yeah, and
Oh,
it's yep. That
incredible.
that's
So
that,
you're going to be creating more co-living, co-working spaces
yep,
in these
yep,
different locations.
yep,
Awesome.
yep. That's
That's
we're
that's
doing.
also something that I want to do as well, especially here in Koh Samui, is actually
That's
launch a
why.
co-working space. We need a good one.
Yeah, and I think I will go to Thailand first.
Mm-hmm.
before September. So definitely would love
Oh,
to meet you
perfect.
in Thailand. Yeah, me and
Yeah,
my
face to
team.
face.
Yep.
Awesome. Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Sounds like a good plan.
Yes, sir.
So, what's some other things we could talk about? Obviously, I love the food over here a lot. The Thai food is delicious. It's one of the
Yes, I
reasons I
agree.
stay here.
I
But I
agree.
wanted to ask, like, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, food in Philippines not too good. Is that true, or
Well,
I've
if
heard
the
this
comparison
before?
is Thailand and Indonesia, yes, I would say
Yeah,
our food
what are
kind
you
of
gonna do?
boring.
It's not so
Kind of
good, right?
boring. And
Uh-huh.
but of course, we have a I would say in every country, in every nation, you have your uniqueness in terms of culture,
Mm-hmm.
because food is related to our culture, right? But
Sure.
in terms of the educated palate and I would say the diet of the Thai and the Indonesia, I would say I love Thai food, man.
It's
It's
the
better
best.
than, yeah,
It's
they're the
really the
best.
best.
And
Hmm.
it's healthy and yeah, it's good.
A lot of
But here,
variety too. Lots of
yes,
different dishes to choose
so
from.
many options.
That's
But here in the Philippines, of course, we are influenced by Spain, right? And then we have our remote island food that
uh-huh.
some people found it bizarre. And of course, the famous one is the adobo. I don't know if you try that, and that's my favorite.
I
And the
haven't.
Bicol, we call it Bicol Express, or it's a coconut. What do you call that? It's cooked in a coconut like
Uh,
sauce or milk, something like
oh,
that. Yeah,
really? That
there's
doesn't.
a spicy, there's a non-spicy. So yeah,
Isn't there like some corn? It's like corn in a cup or something like that. I don't know.
um,
What is that?
um, I think that's a Mexican influence or Spanish. But
Mm.
we what we do it, there's a pork and there's a equivalent of jalapeno in Mexico. You know, we have the
Uh-huh.
small, similar to neighbor country Sri Lanka, our chili, but super
Yeah.
spicy. So we have
Oh.
that.
And do you
And
have good Mexican food there or
um,
Spanish
Spanish, I would say Spanish
Spanish food?
because a lot of
It's nowhere near
influence.
Mexico.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Spanish. I would say a lot of Spanish food influence here.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
look forward to.
Philippines, I believe the one thing about what we would say proud of course, is as a remote worker or digital nomad, everyone here, in the entire country speak English. You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
even
that's definitely a big plus.
I think
Big advantage.
that's yeah, what that's
Hmm.
why when we're hosting, foreigners from other countries, they were like, how does people know how to speak English? It's like, oh man, you should thank your country, Mike. You bring the ABC here, man. Thanks so much.
Mm.
So English is our secondary
Yeah,
language.
sure.
Yeah, because it was in our education system before Spanish and English.
So
So
kids are
even in
all
the public
raised
school,
they're all raised speaking English and Spanish in school. Oh, we
they
lost Orly.
understand that.
Eh,
They understand
uh-huh.
you. They
Great,
understand.
great.
Even the islanders, they understand you. They cannot express, but they can communicate. Like,
Mm-hmm.
here, let's go. But they're
It
just
just
shy. But
basics.
yeah, but majority of Filipino can understand and speak English.
I think this is one of the reasons that there's so many virtual assistants in the Philippines. And people hire virtual assistants in the U.S. all over the world. They speak really good
Yes.
English. You don't have to pay a lot. It's a pretty good salary for them. They can stay with their family,
Yep.
but it's a cheap, com- yeah, $5 an hour, right, for a virtual
Yeah.
assistant.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Not bad. And one of our just to add to your
One second, lost the Wi-Fi for a second there.
we in addition to your observation, that's why our startup company, is moving around in the Philippines because we are teaching basic online courses. You know what I
Ah,
mean? Yeah, that's what we do. We coordinate with the local government units. We teach them, because in remote islands, it's kind of education is kind of difficult. So
Uh-huh.
and I
Sure,
believe
sure.
because of
Makes sense.
Web3, the Web3 and the blockchain thing, that's the
Yeah.
future. So we're
Hmm.
teaching them. We're
And
trying
AI.
to, yeah,
Are you
AI.
teaching them AI too? Like ChatGPT?
Um, yes, not now because our program for them, part of our advocacy is to introduce
Uh-huh.
basic computer skills, and then
Yeah.
because once they have the basic skills, everyone is AI. ChatGPT is easy once they discover the power of internet, the Internet of Things.
Sure. And
So yeah,
With
we
ChatGPT,
it's
it's
we
just a matter of asking the right questions to get the right response. That's it. It's pretty
yeah,
straightforward.
yeah,
Very powerful.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, that's great that you're teaching. You're teaching these people that maybe they don't have good access to
yeah,
educational system. So you're coming in and teaching them these valuable skills.
yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
great.
what we do. And again, well, we believe in sustainability. That's why we always include the government.
Mm.
Hey, government, we can teach your
Hmm.
team. So after we leave the island, they can continue the program
Wow. So you're working
because they
directly with the government in these island countries. Oops.
they
Did
don't
we
know
lose
where to
Orly?
start sometimes.
Mm. Hmm.
I'm back. Yeah.
Governments are usually sort of incompetent, if you ask me. They don't. Well, we won't get into too much detail about that, but
Yes, yes, yes. But
they
I'm
need
still an
someone like
optimist.
you to come in.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Again, I'm a very optimistic guy and a pragmatic at the same time. But um, we have the assets, we have the members, we have the volunteers, local, international. All I need to the government provide our team a 1 month stay, and we will give you 2-3 hours a day. So that's how we exchange assets and resources,
Okay.
and they love it.
Ah,
Yeah. So it works.
it's
You know.
kind of like barter system a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I do. That
Exchange.
and when the government see our clear objectives, just it's all about digital literacy.
Uh huh.
It
Uh huh.
changed their heart because we're not asking for anything. And if 3 kids show up, 5 kids show up, we don't mind as long
Hmm.
as because we believe one
Win
person
win.
at a time. Yeah,
Win
because
win.
if
Yeah.
this one kid or one youth is able to discover, she will teach or she can influence the rest of the island. So
Sure.
we're just realistic, very realistic, and
Just
yeah, it's good. It's good.
my girlfriend, she teaches at an international nursery here in Koh Samui. So she's teaching little kids about 2 to 4 years old. A lot of them are from other countries, and then they stay there for maybe 6 months, and then they go back to their home country. Right.
Yep.
So she's actually influencing all these kids, teaching them the valuable skills they need, life skills, those sorts of things. Um, it's very important work. Teachers are important. So keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Let's see. So anything else you'd like to share with the audience?
Thank you,
Like
Mark.
where
Yeah.
can we find more information about the Nomad Workation Retreat
Yeah.
for people
Everyone,
watching?
if you are interested or you are planning to visit Philippines and join our Nomad Workation Retreat, you can visit our website, nomadworkationretreat.com. And we will be in Siargao on September 18 to 22, 2023, of course, with Mike Howe, because we are excited to have you there as one of our keynote speaker. And
Awesome.
yeah,
Looking
looking
forward
looking
to it.
forward to see you, everyone. Yeah.
Link in the description below, where I'll include a link to the website as well.
Yeah.
And where can people find you online as well, Orly?
Yeah, you can please follow us. We have Facebook and Instagram by Baybayin Hub, and we have also TikTok by Baybayin Hub, and the specific Nomad Workation Retreat. We have an Instagram also. We separated that because this is a community program for remote workers, digital nomads like us. So yeah, and yeah, And you can follow me
Perfect.
on my. I have LinkedIn, Orly Darnayla. If you're looking to connect and for future collaboration about the future of work and travel, would love to talk to you guys.
Awesome. So check out Orly online. He's on all the social media platforms. Check out the website. And one thing we were talking a little bit about offline was how you came up with the name Baybayin Hub. Do you want to speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, by Baybayin Hub in our own language, Baybayin means two different meaning. First, Baybayin is our, of course, our ancient script. It's our national writing. A very Filipino culture, and we own it before everyone else discover our country. We have our own writings, culture, and fashion. And then the second
Mhm.
meaning of the Baybayin Hub is in the coast area. Baybayin means in the Bay Area, and it's very timely because most of our partners, hotels, resorts, and vacation home rentals are located in a Bay Area. Majority of them,
Ah,
in different islands. That's why we decided, okay, well, we're gonna use Buy Buying as our startup company. Yes.
maybe you could also take it over to San Francisco Bay in
Yeah,
California.
yeah. Why not?
That's
There's. I've been to San Francisco, and
uh-huh.
yeah, this is interesting because one of my Filipino friend, he's a business owner. He was like,
Uh-huh.
"Orly, why don't we? What do you think sharing this in San Francisco?" I told him it's perfect because San Francisco is expensive, man.
So
So
expensive.
it's not expensive,
Ridiculously
and
expensive.
the Baybayin
Uh-huh.
Hub is, our goal is to democratize the price, in the hotel and resort industry, even the hostel, but of course with the terms of providing the basic needs, or we call it essentials, of every remote worker, because
Uh-huh.
I considered ourselves, Mike, as a slow traveler. We are different from the
I
tourists.
am now. Yeah, I'm more of a digital expat now, not so much digital nomad because I have a
Yeah,
home base.
exactly. Or you're a digital entrepreneur.
That's
There,
true
there's
as well.
there's
Yeah.
now we call the digital entrepreneur or online entrepreneur. So yeah,
Hmm,
we would be happy, of course, to share this in United States, especially in the most expensive state.
Sure. But I would save that for another time further down the road.
Yes.
Focus on
Yeah,
what you're
yeah, yeah.
doing. Keep up the great work in Philippines and then hopefully see you over here in Thailand soon. I'd love to show you around the island.
For sure, definitely, because I believe Thailand's really hot, and I love Thailand,
It
and
is. Especially
it
this
is
season. This
yes.
season's hotter than usual. So maybe right
Yeah,
before September, it's going to be a little cooler. It's kind of raining a little bit on the island these days, but
yeah,
not too much.
perfect.
But it's quite
Yeah.
hot. Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to it. And any other things we should talk about? That's
Oh,
all
yeah,
that I have for.
yeah, yeah. Again, thank you so much, Mike, for this podcast, and thank you to your followers and to your
Yeah,
community. Who's
absolutely.
I've been following you also for a year now, and we talked last year, right? I invited you to come here, but
Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't work out last year, but I'm have high hopes for this year,
yeah,
September.
but I think timing is very important, and this is a perfect timing for both of us, And
That's true.
as
I
again,
agree.
as we look forward to expand our operations in Thailand, Bali, Vietnam, and Japan. Yeah,
Bali would be great as well. I mean, they already have a lot of co-working spaces over there, but you can come in and kind of help them
yeah,
with all that stuff.
yeah,
Great,
sure.
great.
So if this, Mike, if
Cool.
this off the record, you're gonna edit, right? So, but again, you can edit this. But yeah, Mike, I'm just curious, what exactly do you do in 360?
So I create virtual tours
All right,
with a Matterport camera. So it's a high-end professional camera.
right.
So we come in for the company that I work for, and we create the 360 walkthrough tour, fully immersive. So you can walk around the entire property before, let's say, making a booking online on the website. So right
All right.
now, mostly
Perfect.
what I'm doing, I'm not really making the virtual tours yet. I still need to do the training, which I haven't done yet, but I'm mostly just doing all the marketing. So I'm sending out emails to lots and lots of hotels, managers, marketing, sales, all those people, and
All
just
right.
getting clients in the door. And
Okay.
Philippines is on that list.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nice
Yeah.
hotels over there.
And this is your startup, or this is your you work with
No,
360?
this is not my startup. It was actually, my startup was similar to what I'm doing now, but now I'm actually working for a company that's been doing this for 15 plus years.
The 360
So
tour.
they've worked with all the major hotel chains around the world.
All right. All right.
So that's
Interesting.
something we could talk a little bit more about offline.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah,
Because
it has a ton of potential.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering, because you're also talking to the hospitality industry in Thailand, and
That's
maybe
right.
we could discuss about how we expand to partner, or
Hmm.
I don't know, with not 360 with you, because you've been there, and you're an expat, and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, maybe we could explore that opportunity, because if we made it in the Philippines, similar to Thailand, and they will see the opportunity um, of
There could be some way.
if they will see the yeah.
Yeah, there could be some way to combine the virtual tours with what you're doing,
Yeah.
or just connect the hotels. Because right now I have a way to get pretty much any email address for free using this tool. It's called Apollo. So I can find any email and then I put them into an email sequence. I send out an email. It's all automated.
Yeah. But
So
how's the
great,
conversion?
great for
How's
generating leads.
yeah.
Conversion could be better. Like the open rate on the emails is a little bit lower than average.
Yeah.
And partly because some of them just it doesn't get through to the inbox. Right.
Yeah.
But overall, it's a really good tool for just generating leads,
Yeah.
sending out emails.
And then the business model of 360, they got your services, of course, too. You provide the 360 tour for the property, right?
Yeah, so I'm mostly in charge of marketing. So I'm generating the leads, sending them potential clients, and then I send it to the right person on the sales team, and then
All right.
they handle the calling them up on a phone, talking to them, selling them. Right. That's the
All
part
right.
that I don't really like to do.
Yeah. All right. All right. Interesting.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good for now.
Yeah. And then,
But
of course, how's the I'm assuming the 2-star, 3-star, 5-star hotel resort, they speak English, right? They could speak English.
oh yeah, I mean almost
Yeah.
always, especially the 5-star luxury hotels,
Oh yeah, for sure.
they almost always speak English,
Yeah,
and
because
I'm
I
sure that
stayed
would.
in Yeah, I
Mhm.
stayed in Shangri-La, uh, Thailand. Yeah, but of course, I
Oh,
haven't.
Shangri-La, yes, Shangri-La is luxury, high-end hotel. They're
Yeah,
one of our clients. We've worked with
nice,
Shangri-La before.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. There's a Shangri-La here in Cebu. Beautiful.
Oh, really? Not
Oh,
surprised.
it's beautiful.
I may have already emailed them.
Yeah, there's a
I wouldn't be
Shangri-La
surprised.
Boracay as well. Boracay, Shangri-La, Paradise.
Ah, I bet. So that's kind of my goal working for this company is I actually, get to be sent to some of these really, really nice hotels. I stay for 3-4 nights. We do the work. I make the virtual tour and I get paid. So it's win, win, win.
Yeah, yeah,
It's kind of the short-term goal.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, cool.
That's yeah. Thanks, Mike.
So check out Nomad Workation Retreat in Siargao Island,
Yeah.
Philippines. It's
See you there.
remind me that September 12th.
September 18 to 22,
Okay, so it's only
2023.
just 4 days.
Yeah,
But that,
it's a 4 day week of learning, workshops, adventure,
uh-huh.
health and wellness activity. But normally, the community stay longer for a week. So after the
Ah,
4 days event, we normally have this
ah,
spontaneous trips
yep.
and events also.
Okay. So after the 4 days, you continue
Yeah.
doing
So
other
as a
things.
group, as a community,
Awesome.
we continue, doing spontaneous activities and
Cool.
events. That's what happened to our previous um,
Mm-hmm.
unconference type, because since everyone is clear, their intention to be in the island. So it came naturally for the community with a similar interest,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
getting to know each other. Sometimes some of them made the business, partnerships. You know, some of them, of course, became a colleague and friends. Because
There,
yeah,
yeah. I have a friend, her name's Michelle Lay. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She runs the Nomad Island Fest. Kind of
yeah,
similar
yeah,
concept.
yeah.
Yeah.
I follow her.
Portugal.
This woman, yeah, from Portugal. I think we talk online also. We
Oh,
chatted.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
she.
a good person for knowledge sharing or just learning from, because she's
Yeah,
doing these
yeah.
retreats and seems to be fairly successful with it. So
Yeah.
it's a
Michelle,
good
yeah,
one.
I know her.
Mhm.
Yeah, we because the global digital nomad community is still small, and
Sure.
I believe we see each other online in a group,
Yeah, yeah.
in
And
an online conference. Yeah, Michelle, yeah, I remember her. She's amazing. She's one of the I think
uh-huh.
first mover in organizing nomad retreats and
Yeah, she's
conferences.
doing great work. I've never actually met her in person, but she's very active on online social media and
Yeah, yeah,
posting about it all the time.
yeah.
Uh, so yeah.
Have you
There-
met Jan FD from United States? He's one of the biggest
no,
organizer. Yeah,
Johnny, I have not met him. I'm familiar with him
yeah. I've met
just on
him.
social media.
I've,
Johnny FD.
I've met him. I
Uh-huh.
I
Oh
attended
wow.
his event in Thailand, one of the biggest nomad summit. Yeah, it's cool
Ah,
guy. Yeah,
yeah, he has a YouTube channel too, I think.
yeah,
Pretty sure. Goes to Ukraine and
yeah.
I guess now he's in Phuket now, Thailand. So that's cool.
But I think I believe he started in Thailand like you.
Ah,
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah,
Pretty
he
sure you're
started
right.
in Thailand, and he fell in love in Thailand. Because of the culture as well, and the cost of living for sure, because United is expensive.
Now he's got a video on YouTube about staying in $1 million villa in Phuket. Ah, interesting. So yeah, that's cool. Awesome. So that's all I have for this podcast. Thanks so much for listening and tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, we've been
Thank
interviewing
you.
Orly at the Baybayin Hub. He's doing a workation retreat in September in Siargao Island in Philippines. More information in the description below with a website and more details. So thanks for being on the channel /podcast, Orly. And have a great day.
Thank you. Have a great day, guys.
See you
Salamat.
soon.